feel it or not, want to do it or not, it just doesn't matter. Get up and go do it anyway.
We're going to see what my 5K looks like compared to whenever I first started back up several weeks ago. How can you expect to do well at this? Don't you know you're still almost 220 pounds, 33% body fat or something?
Elbows in line with the shoulders so you see how they stay above the dumbbell handle.
You can admit all those things you are. Maybe you're out of shape. Maybe you can barely run. But who else are you? What have you overcome in your life? What are you made of?
Good morning. Day 26, 75 hard. One thing I shared the other day in an earlier video is the problem that I have with my teeth because I grind my teeth so bad in my sleep. It's in part due to some of the things that I deal with. I never gave a follow-up on how my new lower mouthpiece is working for me. And essentially it's just designed to keep me from being able to grit my teeth in the back, specifically on the right hand side, which is where I'm breaking my teeth and everything. And so far, after a couple of nights of sleep, it seems like it's working well. I'm tolerating it. I haven't ripped it out. It hasn't caused me any kind of, for lack of a better term, panic episodes in the middle of the night like my other mouthpieces do and everything. So really hopeful about that, just in case you were wondering from the previous video.
Got citrus salt this morning, so we'll try that out and see what that tastes like. My wife is sitting in the background thinking she's in the shot. She's not.
I begin every day by reading my Bible, reading my 10 pages, journaling, and then spending a little bit of time in Duolingo.
All right. Today is one of those days, y'all, where probably because I didn't really get enough sleep and everything, I'm just not really feeling it. So on days like this is where, like, see, how do I explain it? You just have to let something else take over. And it's just feel it or not, want to do it or not. It just doesn't matter. Get up and go do it anyway. I don't know what you would call that. Willpower, discipline, I don't know. All I know is that that's what has to take over on the days like this, where I'm like, man, I'm tired. I absolutely do not want to go do a run. And just comes a point where it's like, doesn't matter. You get up and you go do it anyway. You committed to this. Got to go get it done. That's kind of the inner dialogue that I hear in the process. So, we do have an event that we've got to go to this evening. So the day's got to remain pretty tight. I have to stay on top of, getting this morning workout in, getting my work done, then immediately getting my second workout in, making sure that I eat, because I'm sure there's going to be kind of like snack food and stuff at this event we're going to be at, and I don't want to have anything that's going to potentially tempt me or anything. I'm not really worried about that, but still want to be smart. I want to make sure that I get all those things done beforehand. So I got to stay on a pretty regimented schedule today, and I should be good to go.
Oh yeah. Feeling a little tight this morning. Okay, little different plan today. I've been doing these low heart rate runs. Today I want to see where my 5K is at. So I'm gonna run a little harder. I'm not all out, but I'm not focused on trying to stay in zone 2 today. So we're gonna see what my 5K looks like compared to whenever I first started back up several weeks ago. That means I probably won't be stopping to film much as far as like shots of me running and stuff, because I'm on the clock. Let's see how it goes. Not sure how well you can see that, but I just passed mile 1, like 11 and a half minutes, maybe more like 11:45. So not super quick or anything, but I'm definitely feeling it. And by the way, like, I'm still not feeling it. I don't want to be doing this workout. And that's part of the reason that I decided to challenge myself. It's not just to see what progress I've made physically, but also to challenge myself mentally. Can I push even harder when I don't want to be out here at all? Let's keep going. I've been really trying to pay close attention to what's happening in my mind and in my body when I really challenge myself. One thing I'm noticing today is what my inner dialogue sounds like. So you have all these internal conflicts, right? Telling you, hey, your heart rate's too high. Hey, you can't really breathe. Hey, you don't really feel this. All these reasons that you want to give yourself permission to stop, to slow down, to rest. But yet, I remind myself, you set a goal. You set a goal. You need to stick to that goal. And so my inner dialogue is literally me saying, you just keep going. You just keep going. Don't stop. Keep going. You've got more. Keep going. You can stop when you're done. You can do this. You've done this before. You've done so many harder things than this. Keep going. Just keep going. And literally right there, that's actually my inner dialogue. I stopped for a moment and I just spoke it out loud. That's what it sounds like the whole way. Yeah. So for the next mile and a half, that's what it's gonna be, non-stop. We'll see what that time looks like. Okay, I did mile 2 in 11:18, 23 minutes in so far, 2 miles in. You know, it's so funny, all the different ways your mind will try to come at you when you start to really challenge yourself. I have thoughts everywhere from, what are you doing? How can you expect to do well at this? Don't you know you're still almost 220 pounds, 33% body fat or something? Like, what are you doing? You haven't run in a year. You can't do this. That's what your mind wants to say. And you know what? All those things are true. I am all those things. I am still very out of shape. I do still have a high body fat percentage. I am older. But who else am I? And this is what I gotta tell myself. I'm the guy that went out and ran 2 full marathons in 5 weeks of one another. And you know how much I weighed then? More than I weigh right now. 226 pounds on the first one, 231 pounds on the second one. Less than 1% of the population has run and completed a marathon. I've done 2. That's who you are. You can do this. You just gotta keep pushing. You just gotta keep pushing. So for you, if you're challenging yourself, yeah, you can admit all those things you are. Maybe you're out of shape. Maybe you can barely run. But who else are you? What have you overcome in your life? What are you made of? And that's what you gotta tell yourself. The battle's up here, y'all. The battle's up here. Okay, my watch just went haywire on me and went into a non-stop loop of marking segments, but I hit 3 miles about a minute ago. It's time to give it all I've got at the end. Let's go. What do you have in the tank? Keep going. There it is. There it is. Oh, 35 minutes. Okay, been about a minute. My heart rate is already almost back to normal. It's at 137 right now. Well, I guess that's not quite normal, but you know, normal talking, everything. So recovery seems like it's pretty good. The other thing that I was thinking about with this, because again, always in the back of my mind, I'm thinking about you know, how fast I used to run a 5K back when I was training for my marathons and everything. The other thing that was different then than now is I'm fasting right now. I'm on an empty stomach. I didn't take in any nutrition before I went out and I got this run in. I haven't eaten since, you know, 7 o'clock or whatever it was last night. So getting out here on an empty stomach and doing this stuff also makes a difference as well. If I was actually feeding my body like I would if I was training for a marathon or something like that, I'd be loading up with nutrition so that I've got stuff in my stomach to help me burn, you know, throughout the race and fuel me. So, you know, I think 35 minutes is not too terrible, not too bad. Definitely still room for improvement, but I'll have to look back and see just, I remember I ran those 5Ks the first couple weeks, just see where I was, and I know they were pretty pitiful. Be anxious to look back and see what those were. Okay, there we go. That's the first one that I ran again. That was a 5K on January the 15th. And we can go look at my heart rate and you can see that I was truly running, because look at zone 5 there. You can see I'd have to run and walk and run and walk. 45 minutes, y'all. 45 minutes. January the 15th. Today, February the 9th. 35 minutes. That's 10-minute improvement. Yeah, I'll take that. And one other thing I think is really important to note about the difference in those times is, yes, there's obviously a physical improvement. I've obviously lost, you know, quite a bit of weight. My cardiovascular endurance is improving, but that's also a sign of the mental change that's taken place from whenever I started the challenge again to where I am right now. When I started again, it was real hard not to think about, man, crap, starting over again. Look how far I've fallen. And I talked about those things in those early videos, but I can guarantee you what you're seeing with a 10-minute improvement, that is the culmination of everything working together. I'm putting in the work. I'm eating right. I'm losing weight. I'm trying to be smart about improving my cardiovascular health. I'm working. But there's also a mental change that says, you got more in you. Push a little harder. Don't walk. Keep going. You'll get there too. All right, guys, there it is. 46 exercise minutes, 611 move calories, 4.2 0.42 mile outdoor walk. All right, folks, a little update. It's about 11:30 right now. I've been in calls literally all morning long, but some good news, or exciting news for me, I guess. My boss, who's just genuinely, just one of the best people I know, just a great human being. We had a meeting scheduled for a little later in the afternoon. He was like, "Hey, man, let's move this up and go ahead and get a early jump on the weekend." And that's awesome. He knows I've been working really hard on some of this stuff and everything. I have put in extra time this week and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna call it early. Here in just a little bit, I've got something I'm gonna finish up, and then I'm gonna call it a little early. I'm gonna go ahead and knock that second workout out. So pretty excited about that. All right, guys, it's a little afternoon. I'm gonna go ahead and get this second workout in right now. I'm jumping all over the place with these programs. This is Body, by the way, formerly Beach Body. I'm gonna do lift more today, and I'm gonna do shoulders. So see how that goes. Start lighter than you think. My shoulder pops up every single time. Every time I move in that direction. That looked like it was going to be way easier than it was. All right, guys, wrapped up 25 minutes of weight training, jumping on the treadmill to knock out the other 20 minutes. All right, I'm telling you guys, this treadmill, man, I wasn't even at an incline. Just walking at 3.5. It's great. Love it. All right. There we go. There's my strength training. 25 minutes of strength training right there. Then my indoor walk, 1.56 miles. 1,271 calories burned at this point, 102 exercise minutes, 12,472 steps. I do want to see where my heart rate was for the strength training. All right, so I had to start and stop a lot to move the camera and stuff. That's part of what I'm working on here. But yeah, my heart rate definitely got up there, during the actual exercises. So overall, good day. It feels really good to get my workouts knocked out of the way so early in the day now. I mean, it's just barely 1 o'clock. So that's awesome. I'm gonna get cleaned up. I've still got a couple hours before I can eat, and I might just rest a little bit so that I have plenty of energy for tonight and I can enjoy the time with my wife. So one thing I didn't actually realize this morning when I was doing my journal is that I have now journaled consistently for 1,500 days. As you can see, I use the Day One app. I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that. I'm not sponsored by anybody. But yeah, 1,500 days. I'm going to do a video on why I journal and how I journal specifically. Because I've developed a very specific process. It's changed over that time because now at this point, I'm going on 5 years at this point. So every day, whenever I look back on my memories, now I'm having 4 years worth of memories that I'm seeing. And yeah, that's pretty crazy. But yeah, 1,500 days. I just thought I'd share that with y'all. I'm pretty proud of that. I have a couple things like that where I've done them for a very long time. I've been very consistent with it. Reading my Bible, journaling, doing Duolingo. And I try to celebrate those little milestones whenever I see them. Since I ran across it, I figured I'd let you all know. So if you're interested in that video on how I journal, why I journal, let me know. Comment below. There's enough support. I'll try to get that made sooner rather than later. All right. All right, here we are. I have fasted for 20 hours and 43 minutes. I'm going to break that. It is just after 4 o'clock right now. I've got a cup of white rice, 5 ounces of grilled chicken breast, 3 ounces of venison sausage, a salad with some ranch, and then a protein shake. Now, I don't have any steak today. I'm out of that, and I've got to tell y'all, it's Friday. We're at the end of the meal prep. And I'm like at my limit for chicken. I can only handle chicken like this, once every few weeks. And by the time Friday rolls around, I'm like there. So I do have a little bit of sugar-free Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce on there, right there, just to kind of give me a different flavor because I'm at my limit and I need something different. All right, trying to get more calories in. So I've got 2 caramel Quaker rice cakes, some unsalted peanut butter that's just mushed up peanuts, literally. Like, that's all it is. And then sugar-free dark chocolate chips here. You guys, these Quaker rice cakes, the caramel ones with just a little bit of sweetness, the texture, the flavor, everything is so much better than those other ones that I've been eating. No joke, those were literally like eating styrofoam. The only reason we got them was because the store was out of these. These are the way to go if you want to get rice cakes. Don't mess around with those other ones. Ugh, they were rough. This is really like eating a treat, but it's not. All right, folks, it's about 6:40. I am all dolled up and ready for this marriage conference with my wife. Right now, I'm headed to pick up my kiddo, who is at karate. He's going to be a black belt soon. So I'm going to go pick him up and bring him back home, then pick my wife up, and we will be headed out for the evening.
At this point, the only thing that I have not completed for 75 hard today is drinking my full gallon of water. I do still have probably about maybe half of, well, a quarter of a gallon, I guess. Half of a gallon. So I'm going to make sure to take a water bottle with me so that I'm prepared and I can get my water intake in. Okay, I have dropped off the boy, picked up the bride, and we are on our way to whatever the heck this thing is.
Marriage conference.
I know it's a marriage conference, but it says a prom or some kind of thing.
It's the theme.
That's why we're all dressed up.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we're like dressed up to just go sit and listen to some people talk at us.
I think we are. But maybe the after party will have a dance or something.
The after party.
They didn't say that, I'm just guessing.
They must think I stay up past 8:30. All right, so like I say, I do have a bottle of water here, y'all. That's the only thing I've got left to do. I took my picture earlier today, so I'm gonna make sure that I get through. I need to get through 2 of those bottles of water to meet my my water goal for today. So I'll make sure and get that done, and I'll check in when I'm back home. All right, everyone, I've been back home for a little while. It was a good night, fun night. I've been watching wrestling, getting caught up because it was a good night. Let's go ahead and wrap up before I accidentally fall asleep and doze off sitting here. Here we go. First of all, final calorie count, 1,593 calories. 111 exercise minutes, 15,258 steps. There are my workouts there. If I go over to MyFitnessPal, you can see how I came in on my calories today. So a little low today on my calories. Quite a bit low, actually. 1,279. Oh, wait, no, hold on. I did eat a bag of popcorn. So that's going to bump it up just a little bit. 1,400 calories, still low, still very low. But that's kind of where I landed there. I started fasting at, started fasting at 5:49. And this weekend I'm doing shorter fasting windows. So I'll be doing 16:8, and I'll also be trying to eat more calories because I do that every 2 weeks. Lastly, come over here. We did everything. We did our first workout, our second workout. I took my progress picture earlier. We read in the morning. I finished up my gallon of water, followed the diet. By the way, the event we were at tonight had just a giant smorgasbord of all kinds of snacks and goodies and everything, and I didn't touch any of it. No cheat meals, and for me, no social media because I don't drink alcohol, so I'm still going strong. And with that that's day 26, y'all. So overall, good day. I'll see you back here tomorrow for day 27.